Hello everybody, I'm BeakerTeck, also known as Keegan, and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where I hope you enjoyed that little intro there, and the slight change to how I'm doing things now. So I thought, why not start with a little bit of a time-lapse? If we begin with one, I don't know, I just kind of like it. It makes things a little bit more interesting, and then I'll start talking a little bit later, or now, but when you watch a future one, it'll be later than what you're used to. Anyway, rambling on, what you saw just there was I went through and quickly replaced all of these bloody massive pylons that were running through the farms with these utility poles. Now, they're still not ideal. They're not the thing I'm searching for. I've seen someone use them on YouTube, but I cannot find the video, where they're basically just a wooden pole with 3 wires going across, and they're exactly what I'm looking for. So I might still, at some point, replace these, but these at least are a little bit better hidden in sort of these trees area, and they kind of fit the theme. And most importantly, they run the power, so, you know, that's always good. Now, for this episode, we are taking a break from farmland, and we are going over somewhere else, because roadworks are a thing, right? Like, I hate roadworks, and I've been driving around quite a bit recently, and there's a lot of them going on at the moment. So I thought, you know what my city really needs is some bloody roadworks. So I thought, I've got these handy train tracks here. Why don't I pretend like this little town over here is gonna get them? So let's curl these around, if I can find where they go. Curl them around, and then from there we can I need to actually place a train station first, so let's go on. Let's just quickly plonk down a small road, but basically the idea is gonna be that these are gonna curl around, and then from there we'll bring them up over the road, and they will we'll create some roadworks on and around the road, almost as if we're currently building these. So I should now be able to get rid of that, and I still have my lovely train tracks available, which is very, very nice. So these tracks here, there are 2 of them, but let's merge these into one for, I was gonna say for prettiness sake, but really it's for usefulness sake. So we're going to go out by 14, then we're going to go out by another 14, and up by 14. So we get a nice even curve, and then this one here is going to go out by 12 and in there. So that's out by, that comes out 14, meets in, and starts curving straight away. So that there is that little connection, very, very nice. And then this is just going to be a straight line at 180 degrees, which is unfortunately not parallel with this road. So if I could get a parallel 90 there, and then 180 snap off here, how about we redo this so that it connects up? I think that would be ideal. Are you actually joined on? Yeah, you are. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and do a curve, which is going to come all the way out here and join up like so. So it's not a perfect 14 by 14 curve anymore, but it does run directly parallel with this road, which is perfect. That's really what I actually want. So this is now going to come here, and actually what's going to happen is we're going to bring this up into the air by 15 meters. No, let's go 12 U, so we get 12 by 12 like that, and then it's sort of just going to stop because this is where the roadworks are going to happen. So what I want to do is I want to go to the vehicle, like the road manipulator, and we're going to say from here, I can't, See, I was going to say everyone has to go into one lane. Is there a way to do that? Can I do... No, see, what I want is for this to basically go down to one lane. But I cannot think of a way to do that. I could have a highway ramp, but then that's not two-way. We could have a two-lane alleyway. We could upgrade it to that, which technically does what I want, but not really. How am I going to do this? Because what I was thinking was merge everyone into one lane and have some lights and stuff going on, but that's not actually going to work. Unless... No. The only way I can think to do this is to actually upgrade the road to a... but then that is only one direction. We could go with a 4-lane road going in 2 directions for a little while. And we can sort of upgrade it to that. And is that gonna... I mean, it doesn't look quite right. But it will give me the functionality that I want, which is gonna be nice. So we could go with something like that, and then... or do we have something else? We've got that 4-lane road. No, I think this will work. This will work fine. That's... Or is that going to work better? No, that's too big, and that looks too, roady. I mean, I know it's a road, but it looks too sort of city road. That is going to work for us, right? That is going to be fine. But what I'm going to say is from about... Oh, wrong one. About here... This lane has to go into there, and this lane has to go into there. So they all have to do that. But now, on this side, they can go into both. Like so. Actually, no. This one can't go anywhere. This lane has to now split because this lane... is going to be closed as well, this outside lane. So if we come down to... Where's the next available option for this? If we go here. So now, this lane can go here, and this lane has to go here, and that one has to go there. So essentially, everyone merges it into one, and everyone comes out of one. So, let's go... and find myself in here. We should have some cones, hopefully. Really? I don't have cones? I swear I could have sworn I had cones. I really thought I had cones. Some construction stuff. Where did all my construction stuff go? I had a whole bunch of construction stuff that I subscribed to before this episode. Where'd it go? Huh. Technical difficulties are abound. Well, guys, we're going to put a little bit of a cut in here so I can go and find myself some construction supplies. Alright, so we're back and managed to find everything that I needed. However, first, what I want to do is quickly, very, very quickly, go ahead and remove the street lights from these roads. So, let's just quickly go ahead and upgrade everything to this 3-lane, which is going to break... Probably going to go ahead and break all of the work I did on the vehicle stuff. But now, let's go back in with the traffic lightless roads. Traffic lightless roads. That's a bit of a mouthful. Anyway, we'll do that, and we'll get... we'll just double check this. Yeah, so it's definitely gone. So let's say you have to go this one. You have to go that one. And then you can now go out and do both. And you can go nowhere. Lovely. And that's about that far from this road. So we'll do one about... here. Yes, here is one. Good. So coming out, you can go into both. And going in, you have to go this one. And you have to go that one. Lovely. Now, are there any further along? Because if there are, I have to tell them to just go straight. Like so. Lovely. Straight and This one here, we'll tell them to go straight. And just make sure that they don't, you know, cross over into the other lane, because that would break all of the decorations that I'm about to put down. So we'll just quickly do this. I think that should be the last one. No, one more to go. There and there, and then that one there. Perfect. Okie dokie. So let's go ahead and see where I started. It was this one here. So what we need to do is wait for a vehicle that's in the left-hand lane, which there doesn't seem to be any. Come on, anyone? No one? Oh, of course, because they're all just going straight, aren't they? You, go into both lanes. You're merging fine, that's fine. But you, can you go into both lanes, please? In fact, let's get rid of you from there first, because yes, there we go. Now go to both. Because what I need to see is where these guys are actually doing their driving. Because if we now go into industrial, I now have a bunch of stuff. Still no cones. I definitely subscribed to cones. So I mean, that's a crane, which is not a cone. We have some signs which I want to use. We have some wood stacks. We have a bunch of stuff. Why does it go into the parks area? That confuses me a little bit. We've got some chevrons for roundabouts. We've got, yeah, look at this thing. We've got some of these, which is nice. So, in fact, what I want to do is I want to put one of these here and one of these here. So we have two of them, and we also need a cone. What are you? You're a wooden fence. You're a fence, and not what I want. I definitely subscribed to a cone. There it is. Found it. Okay, so what I want to do is sort of get this to do something like that. That's not quite the right curve. Maybe if we start from here and we go on a much tighter angle, sort of, we'll have to get rid of these ones here, but if we do this, like so, you bastards are driving through it. They definitely drove through that, so that's a little bit frustrating. Let's go back here and tell everyone to drive in the singular lane for now, so not that one. There we go. Let's find the... Okay, so I need to put the cones here. That... Nah, see, some of them still drive through it. So I need to start this, like, way, way, way back. Yeah, like all the way back here. So we'll start here, roughly. And we'll sort of peel this around like so. Is that going to be enough? That is enough. Now people seem to actually be driving around those cones, which is very, very, very nice. And I can go ahead and get the line tool now. And basically from here, no, we need a little bit more space on that. So let's get our spacing. Yeah, we'll do something like that. And this is going to go all the way down to about... I'm not actually sure where I did the split. So if I... Oh, right there. Let's say that you can't go that way. And where do people actually do their merge? Come on, someone merge. Okay, so let's pull it back from this cone, oops, this cone here is then going to start our little curve, which will be something like that. Perfect, except I want a little bit more rounding around that curve, so we'll go a little more like that. Doesn't need to be as sort of gradual as the other side, because obviously it's the end of it, not the beginning. So that opens up that lane again. Now we need to do the same on this side. So let's go ahead and tell everyone to merge into the one lane. So there, you have to go that way. Someone do it, please. Someone? Anyone? Come on. Someone go in that left-hand lane. I'm telling you, you have to. Come on. If I say that lane and then I remove that lane, I say you can't, no, you can't go there. Is that more likely to force people? No? Great, so I'm just going to have to wait. But it's somewhere, I'm going to roughly start it on a whim, sort of here. That's where I expect that I'll need to start it. Something like that. Unfortunately, people aren't going into that lane, which is very, very frustrating. But that's okay. We'll start it there. And we'll grab the line tool, which I'm so ever so thankful for, because really, it's this would have been an absolute nightmare if I didn't have it. And I think that was the spacing I used, 4 meters. Looks roughly the same. So let's now bring this all the way down to about here. And I'll plonk that like so. Lovely line of cones going down there. And then we will say that you guys have to go into the left-hand lane for now. Just so I can see what it is you're doing. Come on. Someone go in the left-hand lane. Someone? Anyone? Really? Come on. You go there. No one in this side of the road wants to follow my road rules. So that's kind of frustrating. But what I'm going to do is I am just going to grab these cones, and all I'm going to do is a slight curve down like that. So that's just going to end it off like so. And then we're going to go all the way back over to this end, all the way back over, because somewhere in here, I have my arrows. Which, nope, the other arrow, this one here. So we're going to have an arrow there and an arrow back here. So now it sort of says, yeah, at some point you're going to have to turn left. Fantastic. And they actually flash. Do they produce light like at nighttime? Oh, they do. That's really cool. Look at that. There is actually light being produced by them. That looks fantastic. What I could do, just to sort of accentuate that. That's kind of bright though. Like that's a little too bright. I'm hoping for a slightly duller one maybe. Yeah, that could work. If we just put that sort of there as sort of a bit of a glow, just to really highlight the fact that there is there are some roadworks here and there are some signs. That'll look lovely. What about these guys? They don't put out much light, but they put out enough. So I'm just going to do a line of these inside the cones to start with, like sort of zigzagging the cones, just as another little highlight that they are in fact having to dodge these things, because if they don't, they are gonna crash. So a couple sort of warning lights in there, like so. And then we can come down to this area. So let's just go ahead and set this back to daytime for now. And let's have a play with what exactly we're going to do. Now, the first thing we need to do is put down another one of these, which is going to have to be directly opposite there. And we're going to go out 12 and down to the ground, and then bulldoze that section in the middle. So now we have this. They're essentially, you know, getting ready to place that final part in. And what I want to do is go ahead and grab the tree brush and just like that. That is going to be our construction site. They've gone ahead, they've cleared everything, and I'm also going to go ahead and just clear sort of from the line, and then come back in with a slightly weaker brush and just fill it in, just make it look more like the rest of this area. And in fact, let's go ahead and do this whole section here, just so it doesn't look so empty, just so that, you know, it sort of matches the theme a little bit and would make sense as to why they've carved this area out. So this thing gonna come up like so, and again, we're gonna go ahead and fill this area in with some trees like that. And I just want to actually get rid of, there are a few too many light green ones. It didn't quite fit the theme that the rest of this has been being built with. There we go. So there is now this sort of this path for the trees to go down, which is, oh sorry, for the track to go down through the trees. So that is lovely. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get out of the tree mode, and we're going to go into, where is it? Is it a park? I think it's a park. The, yeah, these things, these brushes, which I have bought back because, well, the other stuff I just wasn't very happy with. The paintbrush wasn't really working for me, so I'm going to go ahead and just make this all gravel out around here, like so. And I will roughen up the edges. It's not going to stay as square as this. Don't worry. It will be roughened up a little bit just to, yeah, get it looking a bit nicer. So we go. We got that. That looks good. And I'll do some work to sort of tidy it up in just a sec. I want to bring out this here train track just a little bit. It's going to bulldoze those. Even though bloody road anarchy is on, it is still going to bulldoze them. So that's a little bit frustrating, but that's okay. We'll just go back in here to this tool, and we'll go there, and that'll do fine for me. So that's looking good. What I want is I want one of those big cranes. I want one of these to sort of line up there, because that's going to sort of drop the stuff down. Drilling rigs we're going to put down roughly, we're going to have one on this side and one driving away on this side, because these guys are sort of just finished putting in this stuff. We'll have a couple diggers around the place. Around there, we'll put one on this side here. We'll have a couple tractors for moving stuff there, and we'll put one down here as well next to that guy. That works for me. And what I also have somewhere, I'm not exactly sure where it is some orange mesh, which I want to sort of line the sides of this area with. But I'm really not sure where I'm actually gonna find that in here. So that's gonna be a little frustrating. We have some chevrons, which is great, but that's not at all what I actually want. So, yeah, whereabouts is it? And actually, wasn't there a big crane in here somewhere? There was actually like a huge crane, which might be better even than the one we've got. We've got some more stuff in here, which is nice. Ah, here's the orange fence. Lovely. And because it's a prop, what I can do is go ahead and grab the line tool and actually just shrink that space down just a little bit. We'll go plus 0.1 just so they're really up close and personal and touching, which is nice. And we're going to bring this all the way down sort of here. So we now have some orange mesh fencing, which is nice. And we'll bring another line down here. I'm going to do that. And what I want, actually, is to bring in the dirt path, or the dirt road, sorry, which is going to go, it's going to bulldoze everything. That's going to come in here, and then come down without snapping, preferably, would be nice. Sort of there-ish. And then this side as well is going to come in and down there. Got rid of my things entirely. Let's just get rid of those. It clearly doesn't want me to have them the way I did, so we'll just do something like that. So that is our road, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and put that fence back on this side as well. I'm just going to go down here just a little bit, just to there, and I'll do the same on that side. So we've sort of got this is our site access, which is nice. Let's just get rid of 2 of those to make sure that that road's not obscured. And we're also going to go ahead and put in the construction ahead sign, which is going to go 1 here, and I'm just going to get rid of a couple of these trees just to make it a little bit easier to see. And we're going to put another sign. I'm going to rotate it just a little bit to go there. Lovely. And we'll do the same all the way down on this end. Where do my cones end? Cones end here. So we'll just go construction ahead, and I'll put it on this side of that thing there. We'll go 1 there, and we'll rotate this one just a little bit. Construction ahead. And again, I want a little bit of lighting, just a wee bit. So let's go ahead and change the time of day to nighttime. I want a ground-based light, preferably, but one that is actually going to reflect onto this thing without blinding drivers. So that's just way too bright. Maybe actually this thing would be ideal. That does give it that little bit of reflection. Oops, hit spacebar there to play. Yes, that gives it just a little bit of reflection, which is really nice. And as you come through here, that is starting to look very much like a construction site, which is good. So we'll put 1 of them down there, 1 of them down there. Just keeps it illuminated, just in case people aren't, their lights aren't quite hitting it. Now, what I do need are some floodlights in this area. So, not those, not that, not that. There are those big old airport lights, these things. So what I want is I want 1 of these on sort of either side of this. And then I also want 1 down at the end of the road. On this side, we'll put them slightly before the end of the road. And we'll just redo that road, actually. So let's go back to here, and we'll just curve it around like so. Then we'll go back to lighting, and we'll do 1 there and 1 there. So now we've got some floodlights around the place, so as you're driving, that, you know, so, sorry, as you're working, you're still going to be able to see exactly what's going on. Now, what else do we need? In fact, do we want that many? I don't think we need them sort of at the end here. I think that's unnecessary. That should be fine. Most of this work's going to be done during the day. I might go ahead and grab a couple of these and just sort of line the end of the road, just as a sort of, you know, a marker for the guys that are working, just to keep them safe. We gotta keep, you know, health and safety happy with us. So we'll just go ahead and pop them in. Did that one light up? There we go. So we'll just get rid of that one there, as it didn't seem to light up, so that's fine. So we go, we've got that. We also need a site office, which I don't think I actually have anything for. I do have some porta potties, which is kind of useful. We might put those out this side here. So let's just go ahead and put this back to daytime. And what way is that facing? That's the front there. Okay, so let's do a line of these. And then we'll do another line on this side facing in. There we go. Like so. And we'll bring a little path. We'll turn off snapping. And we'll just go like that, except we want that to be dirt. Got a little dirt path up to some porta potties, which actually I can go through without destroying. So that is lovely. Let's do that then. We'll go to there. Get some porta potties down the end, which again will need some form of lighting. I might light them up. Nah, let's light them up now. I was gonna say I'll do that at the end, but no, we'll do that now. We'll put this just at the end or in between. Let's see what it looks like at nighttime. We'll go at the end here. We'll do something like that. That lights that area up quite nicely. This is sort of a almost dusk, right? This is not quite nighttime, so there's still a little bit of light, which is quite nice actually. Looks very, very nice. I do need to dirt the ground up at some point, so we could go with, you know, these big gravels do work, but they're a little too square. So I need something to work with. Maybe what I could do, go down to the 4x4 and just sort of bring this out sort of like this. And if I circle it around like so, yeah, see that dirt path actually disappears almost in there. It does, it completely disappears, which is nice. So we'll bring that in like so. Now, if I go and grab the dirt path, does that, it does bulldoze, really? Maybe I'll do it afterwards then. We'll still experimenting with close to 100, bugger. With close to 100 hours in this game, still experimenting with some of the mechanics. So let's grab this, let's curve around like so, and we'll come down to there. And all we have to do is sort of fill that space in. We'll start a little bit further over, we'll come down and around. And then actually we'll get rid of those guys, and we'll just have this as sort of our little area that we're building in, and we can bring that in there. So that is going to be our construction site, which I will now go ahead and fill in. So we'll just do that. We'll try and get this sort of as full as possible using these big placements. There we go. There we go. One there, one there, one there, one there, and one there, and one there. Lovely. Go down to 4x4, fill in the rest of the space, And guys, I'm going to leave it there for this episode. We've got a lot done, and in the next one, we'll come back and we'll finish working on this. So if you enjoyed it, smash that like button, and also don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.